Is Medicare going to become worse in 2025? If you've been watching the news lately, you've probably heard a lot of people saying things like, Medicare is going to become more expensive in 2025. Medicare plans are going to drastically cut their benefits next year. Now, I can tell you that I've already seen enough of 2025 plans to have a really good idea of what the year is going to look like. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 4 predictions for 2025 and tell you what you can do to prepare for the year. I'm Calvin from PlanFit, and I've been helping people with Medicare for over 14 years. And I've seen some big changes come to Medicare in my time, but nothing quite as big as the changes that we're seeing for 2025. There are some wild changes that are about to take place. So here is my first prediction. Medicare Part D premiums are going to go up significantly in 2025. The reason for this is because of the Inflation Reduction Act, which was passed in 2022 by the Biden administration. Now, on paper, the Inflation Reduction Act sounds great for people who have Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, which is pretty much everybody. And in 2025, the Inflation Reduction Act is going to remove the donut hole stage from Part D plans. And that's something that a lot of people are happy about. Many people have been afraid of the donut hole for years because the copays go through the roof when you hit the donut hole. So not only is the donut hole going away, but in 2025, the most that you will have to ever spend out of pocket for prescription drugs is $2,000. Now compare that to 2024, where out-of-pocket expenses for prescription drug plans were reaching as high as $3,800. And you'll see why the Inflation Reduction Act sounds great on paper. However, there's one big question that really is hard to ignore. Who is going to pay for these increased benefits? Because Medicare isn't going to pay for it, and drug manufacturers are probably not going to pay for it. And I think we can all agree that insurance companies selling Part D plans aren't going to simply accept the big cost cuts. That's why I predict in 2025 that we're going to see a big increase in Medicare Part D premiums. To me, this feels like one of the most likely ways that insurance companies will make up for their loss in profits. So if you're enrolled in a Medicare Part D plan, make sure that you review your annual summary of changes that comes either in September, October, because some of the plans may have sharp increases in their premiums and other costs. My second prediction is that Medicare supplement plans will become even more expensive. So you probably know by now that Medicare supplement plans are generally more expensive on a monthly basis than Medicare Advantage plans. Well, in 2025, I predict that they are going to get even more expensive than before. One reason for this is actually because of COVID. And you might be wondering, why are we still talking about COVID? Aren't we done with that already? Even though the lockdowns and mask mandates have been long gone, the healthcare industry and insurance companies are still feeling the long-term effects from the pandemic. For example, in 2020 and 2021, a lot of people had surgeries or other procedures that they needed, but that they delayed. So when the pandemic ended, people started getting their surgeries and treatments, and that made for a lot of claims. This is putting a lot of stress on the budget for Medicare supplement plans, which is why they in turn have been consistently raising their premiums the last couple of years. And in 2025, I'm predicting again that we will see double-digit increases for many, if not most, Medicare supplement plans. So if you're enrolled in a Medicare supplement plan and a standalone prescription drug plan, brace yourself for these things because they might get more expensive in the coming year. Now, before I reveal my third and fourth predictions, let me just jump in here and say that if you're enjoying this video, please leave a like. And if you have any Medicare predictions for 2025 yourself, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts for the coming year as well. Now let's get back to the video. My third prediction is that almost all Medicare Advantage plans will have to change something in their benefits to make up for the cost increases. So whether you're enrolled in a Medicare supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, unfortunately the forecast is that both are facing pressure from higher costs in 2025. The reason why Medicare Advantage plans might need to cut some of their benefits is because of some funding cuts to Medicare Advantage and increased costs for prescription drug plans. Every year, CMS pays Medicare Advantage plans a fixed amount per person that is enrolled in their plan. However, in 2025, the amount that CMS is going to pay Medicare Advantage plans is only going to increase by 3.7%, which does not keep up with the amount of inflation we've been having. And insurance companies, believe me, they are not happy about this. That, plus the fact that Medicare Advantage plans are also affected by the new Medicare drug regulations, it's a big indicator that these plans are either going to have to make changes or lower some of their benefits in 2025. As a side prediction, I also believe that because of this, many Medicare Advantage plans are going to completely leave rural areas and rural counties. That's why if you're enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, it's very important to look out for your annual notice of change that comes either in September or October. That way you can see if you're okay with the changes or if you'd rather shop around for a better plan that fits you. And if you live in an area and you found that your Medicare Advantage plan is leaving, you can call or text us and we'll help you with that because you have a lot of options, including the right to get a Medicare supplement, no questions asked. Now, my last prediction might be a little bit of a surprise, but I predict that despite Medicare Advantage plans dropping some of their benefits, more people are actually going to enroll in them. That's right. I predict that the rising costs for Medicare supplement plans are actually going to be a big factor in people's decision-making, and they will push more people towards Medicare Advantage plans, even if the Medicare Advantage plans are seeing some reduced benefits. And that's because there's still going to be a lot of zero-premium Medicare Advantage plans in 2025. And with the Medicare supplement, when you factor in the increase of a standalone prescription drug plan as well, it just gets more and more expensive, and not everyone can afford that anymore. That's why right now, around 53% of people in Medicare have a Medicare Advantage plan instead of a supplement. And my prediction is that we will see a slight bump in that percentage in 2025. And there you have it. Those are my top Medicare predictions for 2025. So I'm going to seal those predictions away, and maybe in a future video we can go over them and see how well I did. But for now, all we can do is wait, and of course, work through annual election period to choose the best plan for 2025. Now lastly, if you want to stay up to date with all the changes that happen in Medicare, be sure to hit subscribe. We are going to be publishing updated videos all through annual election period leading up to 2025, and you won't want to miss any of those. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.